Good evening class. Today we study a very important topic. It is asked generally in many examination, that is schedules. It's an important topic of polity that we call schedules. There are 12 schedules in our Indian Constitution. How many schedules are there? Generally in many examinations ask how many schedules are there. There are 12 schedules in our Indian Constitution. Let me study the schedules. First number schedule said the union and its states. The first schedule is told about the union and the states. Second schedule, it's related to the salaries and annulments of various posts like president, vice president, etc. Second schedule tells about the salaries of the various posts in our Indian Constitution, the various posts like president, vice president, CAG, attorney general, that is related to the salaries. Third schedule, let me go to the third schedule. Third schedule told about the oath. It tells about the oath or affirmation. It told about the oath and affirmation of various posts. Generally in our Indian Constitution, in maximum cases, in maximum 90 to 95% cases, the oath is given by the President of India. Generally the President of India gives the oath to the various posts. After the third schedule, there is a fourth kind of schedule, allocation of seats of member of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is nothing, it is a upper house. It's a upper house. Rajya Sabha is a upper house. Its chairperson is the vice president. Vice president is the chairperson. And Rajya Sabha, let me know about the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. It means your permanent body. It means it's never dissolved. It's a Rajya Sabha. Let's recall. Firstly, I told you there are 12 kind of schedules in our Indian polity. 12 schedules are there in Indian polity. First schedule is the union and its states. Second schedule told about the salaries and annulments of the various posts like president, vice president, CAG, attorney generals. Third, that is one is oath or affirmation. In maximum cases, oath is generally given by the President of India to various posts like president, prime minister, etc. And fourth schedule is told about the allocation of seats. It means the location of seats or donated of seats to the member of the Rajya Sabha. And we know about the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. It's never dissolved. If you want to become a member of a Rajya Sabha, your minimum age, maximum time it is asked in a question paper, what is your minimum age? There is no limit for the maximum age, but the minimum age is 30 years. If you are 30 years of age, you can become a member of a Rajya Sabha also. Let's go to fifth schedule. Let me go towards the fifth schedule. The fifth schedule The fifth schedule tells about the special provisions to scheduled caste members, etc. It means the special provisions, special rules or special things are given to the ST, that is scheduled caste. Similar one, sixth schedule is also similar one, fifth one, but it is applicable only for the some of the states. We know that what kind of states or what the states are there, because in an examination, examiner asks the question which kind of states is not included in sixth schedule. So it is necessary for each and every student know the fourth states which are comes under the six schedules. Same that special provision, let me read first. Six schedules tells about special provisions to SC and scheduled tribes also in 4 states. Generally it's a northeastern states, so you can easily recall it because it is very important, because examiner asks which kind of state is not included under the schedule number 6. The 4 states are Assam, the name Bihu is a dance of Assam, Mizoram, Tripura, the capital is Agartala, and Meghalaya. These are the 4 states. Class, listen carefully. These are the 4 states where the special provisions given to the SC and ST candidates. That 4 states are, first is Assam, second is Mizoram, third is Tripura, and fourth one is Meghalaya. These are the 4 states where the special provisions are given to these 4 states. Let me go to the schedule number 7. So what the schedule number 7 told us or tell us? Schedule number 7, it is related to our list. It is related to our list in our Indian constitution. First listen, what kind of listed, how many types of lists are present in our Indian constitution. Basically in our Indian constitution there are 3 kind of lists are present. 3 kind of lists are there. First is union list. First name is union list, where the union or central having power to make changes on that list or having control only of central on that subjects also. Second list is state list. Third is concurrent list. Third name of the list is concurrent list. In state list, state having power to control on that subject, and the concurrent list in which the both union and state both can participate in the any of the subjects and any subject that is comes under the concurrent list. Let me know how many kind of subjects are there in this kind of list, because generally examiner asks the question and matching in the form of matching asks the question how many subjects are there. Subjects or topic we can say that in which the union list. In a union list there are 97 subjects are there. Some of the subject forest under control the union list, and under the state list there are 66 subjects, because union is quite far or central is a big body in comparison to state list, so having subjects is more also na. Concurrent list consists of 47 subjects. If generally note down apart, if on certain bill or a certain subject there is a having dispute between the union list or a central body and a state body, then the final decision considered for a union or a central, because central having more power in comparison to states. If any disputes are there, then the central decision is the last and final decision which is taken by the central in the kind of, if any kind of disputes are there. Let me go the another schedule after the 7th schedule, that is 8th schedule. That 8th schedule, a name is official languages. It is related to our official languages. There are 22 official languages in our Indian constitution. So it is many times it is asked in a question, how many official language in our Indian constitution? The official language accounts, it's 22. 22 are the official languages. After the 8th schedule, the 9th schedule. Earlier there is a 8 schedules. After some time, 4 more schedules are added, and something is added in our Indian constitution. There is an amendment, there is a procedure, there is an amendment takes place. With the help of this amendment, the schedules, the other 4 schedules are added. The 9th schedule is related to Land Reform Act. It is related to Land Reform Act, and it's a first constitutional amendment. In our Indian constitution, it's a first kind of amendment, and the first amendment, it's a kind of first amendment, and the first amendment takes place in 1951. It is very, very, very important. When the first amendment takes place in our Indian constitution, the first amendment takes place in 1951 in the form of Land Reform Act, that is called the 9th schedule of our Indian constitution. It is very, very important. After the 9th schedule, the 10th number schedule, that is anti-defection law. Very, 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 very important. In many of the competitive exams, examiner asked, what is the 10th schedule of our Indian constitution? So kindly remember it. The 10th schedule of our Indian constitution is related to anti-defections law, because in the current scenario or in a current situation, many times anti-defections takes place. That is why the examiner asks the question, what is the 10th schedule? 10th schedule is nothing. Anti-defection. Anti-defection means transferring of leader, or they leave the one leave party and they join the other party. That is related to the anti-defection. It is very, very important. In the current scenario, maximum leader of Congress party leave the Congress and they join the BJP or NDA party. That is the current scenario, very important. That is why the examiner asked that 10th schedule, what kind of 10th schedule? That 10th schedule is the anti-defection law. It's an anti-defection law. The 11th schedule, very, very, very important. The 11th, 10th and 12th is very, very important schedule. The 11th schedule, it's related to the special provisions, special things. It is related to the generally panchayati system. It is related to the panchayati system, and this anti-defection law, is added under the constitutional amendment 52nd 1985. It is very, very important. Under which constitutional amendment this anti-defection law? Because I earlier told you, in firstly that there are the 8 kind of schedule. From the next 4 schedule is added some time kind of constitutional amendment. So anti-defection law is added in the 52nd constitutional amendment that took place in 1985. After the 10th schedule, the 11th schedule is a Panchayati Raj system or Panchayat. It is added under the 73rd constitutional amendment 1992. It is very, very important. It is very, very important that amendment is a 73rd amendment, because in one day examination, many of the one day examination, it is asked what kind of Panchayati Raj amendment is the 73rd amendment. In some of the book is written wrong. Like a Lucent, because maximum student told me in a book Lucent it is mentioned 1993. So class, it is wrong. That is not 1993, it is 1992. So kindly remember it. Okay class. The 12th schedule is a municipal corporation or municipalities, or it is related to cities, and it is added. The next amendment of the Panchayati Raj is a 74th constitutional amendment. CA means the constitutional amendment. In 1992, year remains same, and the 12th schedule is added is a municipality. So class, Panchayati Raj established. Some short questions. We know that in Panchayati Raj firstly established in Rajasthan, Nagaur district. There is a Nagaur district in Rajasthan where the Panchayati Raj established, and the second state. Generally, examiner is so cunning. It asked from the student, second state. What is the second state? That second state is Andhra Pradesh. After the Rajasthan, the second state is Andhra Pradesh, where the Panchayati Raj system is established. So then we recall, then again in a speed way, we recall all kind of 12 schedules. So first schedule is the union and states. Remember it with a short trick. Suppose you are born in some of the states. Suppose you are born in some of the state or a union or in Delhi, something. Okay? Then the second one is salary. Everyone having aim to earn a high amount of salary, huge amount of salary. Suppose you are selected in any of the examination. Suppose you are selected in SSC exam. Okay, your salary, you can choose the choice, you can choose the post according to your salary. Suppose you are selected in many of the posts and you selected a post where the salary is quite high one. Then go for the salary. After the salary, you can get your call letter. Call letter is just in the form of oath. Call letter, you can get the call letter or you can the joining letter. You can get the joining letter. That compare that joining letter in the form of oath. You can compare it in the form of oath. After attending the oath, you should go from any places. Either you go for the Mumbai, you can go the Karnataka, you can go the Tamil Nadu, you can go the Andaman Nicobar, or you can go the Delhi, or you can go the Jammu Kashmir. That is dependent upon your posting. Where your posting is given by the SSC or railway or many examination to you. That compares with the allocation. You can compare that one from the allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha. Allocation of seats, and you can compare yourself allocation of place where you can start your work in a government services. You can compare this one. Fifth schedule, when you are a government employee, when you are working in any PSUs or public sector units, you are giving the special provisions now. You are giving the special provisions. Special provisions means extra grade pay like this. That compare that grade pay from the provisions to SCSCs. Suppose the sixth schedule can easily recall with a recap. Suppose you are given the opportunity to go to the Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, where the extra expenses, where the extra money or grade pay given to you, you can compare with the sixth schedule. That I told you earlier, that is special provisions given to Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram, like this. You can compare this schedule from your life also. If you are studying compared to your life, you can easily grasp anything. It is good one for you also. Suppose you are going to Maharashtra, where you learn the official language. We know that you know Hindi or English only, but you don't know the Marathi. And your friend are always talking in Marathis, and you are just listening and saying how I talk with them, how to talk with them. Then you know the language of that region also. So you can compare that language from the schedule number 8. In schedule number 8, that is languages coming. As I earlier told you, there are 22 languages are there, official languages are there. Ninth schedule is related to the Land Reform Act. When you are stayed in a Maharashtra or in a Mumbai for many years, 5 to 6 years you are stay working, you are still in a Maharashtra, then you are decided you have to making a family planning. You can make you can purchase their own land, or you can purchase your own flat. You can compare that your flat with the Land Reform Act. You can purchase a land, you can make the buildings, or you can purchase something furnished flat and all. That is compare with 9th schedule. After the 9th schedule, the 10th schedule is the anti-defection. As I told you in anti-defection, one leader can change their own party. They can leave BJP, they can join Congress. They can leave Congress, they can join BJP. So earlier you can compare your life. Earlier you are stayed in you are as a tenant, or you are as a tenant, but when you are purchasing your own land, or when you are purchasing your own flat, you become a landlord. It means you purchase your own property. When you are purchasing your own property, when you are so happy, you are working in a government, you are working as a government employee, you are so happy, then you go to your own village. Then you go to the own village, and the 11th schedule tells about the panchayati system. It is told about the panchayati system. You can go to your village, where the village person are so happy to see you. You are working as a government employee. You are working in a railway, or you are working as a PSU member. That is compared to your schedule number 11th. After the schedule 12, there is a municipal corporation. Municipal corporation, it is related to after the panchayati system, after the village, you can go your city. You can go to your city, or you can go their own place. That is compared to schedule number 12. That's all today's. So how was the trick? Trick is a good one. That's all for today class. Thank you and have a nice day.